Fierce gun battles between militants and soldiers in the most congested urban setting. The nail-biting fight to the finish, inside heritage buildings, step by step. What happened in Mumbai has never ever happened in India. Armed militants showering bullets on innocent civilians, taking hostages, holding a heritage hotel under siege for 59 hours. Make no mistake, urban jihad has arrived and we need to be prepared for it. Terror is an emotion we're all familiar with now. Terrorism is a word children at schools have started to learn. The Indian Armed Forces understand their enormously increased responsibility after the Mumbai terror attacks. They realize this might just be the beginning of a string of attacks on Indian cities. Less than 2 weeks after the attack on India's financial capital, the Indian Army has started a joint military exercise with the Chinese Army. China has battled terrorism too. In the year 2007, there were 3 terror attacks in the month of January itself. On January 3rd, a roadside bomb killed 2 children in Shenzhen. 1 policeman and 18 suspected terrorists were killed during a raid on a terrorist camp in Zhangjiang. And on January 9, in Shenzhen, another child was seriously injured by a bomb. In 2008, militants attacked and killed a battalion of police officers in a western border town. In July, 2 public buses exploded during the Monday morning rush hour in the city of Kunming. And in August the same year, 8 people died during terrorist attacks in far west China.
我们将按照中国国防部与印度国防部防务磋商的有关规定要求实施。
Certainly will implement and practice under the guideline of the agreement reached between the Ministry of Defense of our 2 countries.
The target of this exercise, to come down heavily on terror and terrorists with better skills and advanced weapons suited to urban warfare. The 3rd largest army in the world and the largest army of the world have come together to spruce up their terror fighting strategy and operational tactics. Mumbai took everyone by surprise, including the armed forces. But now, nothing can be left to chance.
Yeah, the training contents of the second joint exercise which we are undertaking now has been modified as per the present requirement.
Asia's 2 biggest nations have come together with a promising pledge to fight terror. The world's greatest enemy.
Well, now this exercise also gave an opportunity for the Indian and the Chinese side to take a much closer look at each other's weapons, guns that were only previously seen across a contested border.
Assault rifles, rocket launchers, totally alien ammunition. In a rare show of pride, the armies of both India and China brought out some of their best weapons for a counter-terror exercise in Belgaum. Headlines Today gives you a sneak peek at the arms they use. .120mm rocket launchers, the mother of all urban warfare weapons. Clean out a room full of baddies with this one. Assault rifles, quick reflex medium range armaments that can spray bullets even into the most determined of foes. 9mm pistol, the trusty sidearm is a last resort before hand-to-hand combat.
这个双方展示的武器同属步兵武器。
The weapons displayed by both sides belongs to the infantry weapons.
两军的步兵分队的武器基本类同。
Actually, the weapons equipped by both contingents are similar.
各有所长，
and with different advantages.
Some believe the Chinese were way too suspicious to reveal their best infantry weapons at this exercise. For the Indian Army, it was a chance to get a grip on the weapons they often see brandished by soldiers across a dangerously disputed border. India's military pride came in the form of an indigenously built multi-grenade launcher, the Swedish 84mm Carl Gustaf rocket launcher, and the super destructive 14mm anti-material rifle. It doesn't get closer than this.
Apart from the technical aspects that the Indian Army perhaps got to learn over here, well, they also learned about the new battle dress that many of the people in the Chinese Army are now wearing.
There was a time when battles were fought on open landscapes and jungles and hills. That's ancient history now. The siege of Mumbai has proved that beyond any doubt. Wars are now being fought in crowded urban localities and five-star hotels. Conventional warfare is old news. Today's threat calls for a whole new dress code for our men in uniform. Better camouflage, better weapons, better training for the most dangerous modern battlefield, our cities. Joint exercises between countries aren't just about battleground maneuvers. They're also about battle strategy and keeping up with cutting-edge urban warfare tactics. During exercise hand in hand, Indian soldiers had an opportunity to look at Marpat, a unique battle fatigue pattern worn by the Chinese, some of the best new camouflage in the world. Now compare this to the Indian Armed Forces uniform. Our pixels are much larger, better suited for warfare in rough and thickly wooded terrains. Maybe, but a dead giveaway in urban warfare. Indian commandos changed their uniform 3 years ago, but their fatigues still retain the big blobs of military color. In contrast, the Marpat used by the Chinese army gets easily hidden in buildings and city backdrops. There's a lesson in here somewhere. It's definitely time Indian Army started thinking more about what it puts on its soldiers' backs, because the eyes of the enemy are forever watchful.
Well, with that, it's just time to slip into a very short breather right here on our special show from Belgaum, but we'll be right back with a lot more interesting stories. Stay tuned.
Thousands of Indians have come together to declare war on terror. But how can we win this war? What